Hi. Check out my leaky cone head. It's kind of like Robert Smith looking, don't you think? It's like super full moon out of control. Anyways, it's not the reason I made this video. The reason that I need to make a video and post it has to do with my cloned ATnT phone. And then the weirdos, same weirdos that tried to clone the last phone, which I took back, which would have been through Verizon. Just because there was like some names that came up, a message concerning that, and possibly locale. Sorry, I can't stop messing with it. It's annoying. Not a single one of these doctors would be able to tolerate a week of my life, and that's what's so sick about the fact that they get paychecks. Anyways, off the subject as I digress, allow me to. So the fact that we hear a Botox ad, 1 out of every 3 ads is a Botox ad, does that mean they're going out of business? God, I hope. Same thing with the psoriasis ads. Cool, Cindy Lauper. Glad you don't have, like, this kind of shit going on. You're just left with your nanowatts and your MK mind control. Good for you. Treat the root causes of illness, you ass. Anyways, this video is about a name that came up, which before I had to like go on the run, and then the minions were paid by the clone to, try to hit me off, electronically harass me, hack my stuff, try to set me up, which failed, this, that, and the other thing, at the last 2 nefarious jobs by nefarious people. Before that, there was a whole lot of hits that were trying to go down concerning me, and at least 3 or 4 escapes of death, as well as that pederast warlock being put under me that was always at home, always on his surveillance, had all of his windows blocked out, and a severe electronic harassment. And in fact, I had 2 birds die right in front of my face due to strokes, with my phone plugged next to them that I had to bury. Tort case attorney, removed from my phone. There was a triangle that came up on the top of my phone at that time when that tort case attorney referral disappeared, as well as the other text messages, along with the whole crazy thing that went down with that car dealership that, ripped me off and got really mad and acted psychotic when I wouldn't follow their plan to drive their car that they fake sold me back down and let them know exactly when I was doing that, and I made them come get it themselves. And they acted like crazy freaking weirdos, also having certain like ties to, underground religious organizations, shall we say. Anyways, all that stuff was going on at the same time. But the house that I was living in was bought by a kid named Vinny or Vincent or whatever. And he didn't actually have a home. He lived out of a van, and he went and did stuff in the woods all the time concerning tours, this, that, whatever else, who knows. But he didn't actually have a home address that the rent could be sent to. It had to be Venmo'd. But it was weird because his name came up, again, in connection to my ATnT hack device. I'm not going to have them until this stuff can be figured out and I can have safe stuff that I know I can use safely. And so I guess I'm going to have to explore different options, which I'm not going to tell you about first. But anyways, I have serious solid proof on it, especially concerning the Allstate multiple insurance with the federal, violation of my post office box being forwarded without my consent, and the duplicate insurance policies coming up, me attempting to on several occasions cancel any and all insurance policies Allstate, unknown or unknown, would have on me and under my name. I'm sorry, Hitman, you don't get to hit me off and cash in on my life. It's not going to happen. You're all being exposed. You're all falling like dominoes, and you're all falling down together. And I'm not going to take I'm not going to be accused of government fraud because you guys block phone calls from jobs that I apply for, phone calls and texts when the people, and I know them and I know that they're going to contact me, but the call and the text never comes through. But your spam ones sure do. Those can still make it through, just not anything that has to do with like my professional development. So I am not going to take, this is going to be investigated for a few days and they're going to find you freaks. I don't care what kind of wolves in sheep's clothing you are. I don't care what kind of upstanding member of society you've pretended to be for years while you're doing your junk in the background and underground. You're being fully exposed. You're all falling down together because you continue to try to mess with me, even though all the proof always comes out. My intuition is always spot on, and now I've got proof to back it up, such as trying to attempt to cancel these bogus Allstate insurance policies, yet getting a letter finally that when I switched my card out, it was canceled due to non-payment, even though I'd called and left several messages and sent several text messages concerning my desire to cancel any and all policies in my name, none known or unknown to me, because I know there are unknown life insurance policies that have been taken out under my name, probably in connection to fake marriages. So also like when I had to leave with my life and was being severely psychologically harassed and targeted by that weirdo that moved under me. This is in connection to some kid being given a whole bunch of cash money to buy the place that I lived in, put that weirdo under me, and then when I could like barely pull enough together to fit in my beer truck, which I lost due to the last nefarious job, lost everything nice that I held on to, business investment materials and this and that and the other thing. None of this is okay. It's all going to be recompensed. It all traces back to nefarious actions of horrible criminals and wannabe thugs, and you're all going to be found guilty, and you're all going to be connected, and you're falling like dominoes one by one. Anyways, his name came back up, and it has to do with the phone, my ATnT cloned tracked phone, as well as the same thing with them trying to clone the Verizon, phone that I had bought and took it back, that it was being done from an inn, from a hotel, that's where the login was happening, and then also messages came out about pouring of drinks. So I don't know if the person was actually like at the bar logging in. There was also a message about some evidence in a bathtub, and something to do with some very incriminating evidence in a bathtub. So if this all connects, with the hotel room, the inn, the bathtub, and then all those, a couple other names came up, which were Paula and Ken. But the Vincent and Vinny one really stuck out to me because that's when the targeting and the attempts on my life became very severe, very frequent, and when I've had to flee from nefarious situation to nefarious situation. But yeah, that's why the embezzlement's happening, because they've run out of money to try to hit me off, so they're having to embezzle money to do such a thing. Well, you're all going to prison, you're all being found guilty, and you're all going to be locked up. And I'm not going to take some fake fraud because of your nefarious criminal cyber crimes, your federal crimes that you commit against an innocent person. I'm not going to be accused of fraud because you blocked my messages for my jobs. I'm not going to take that hit for you. No, you freaks that commit federal crimes, misuse your positions of authority, clone people's phones, and try to take innocent people's lives, defame their character, and constantly cover up your liability. This is the day where you all are exposed. And all your shenanigans stop so we can have a more reasonable future. This is why I was put on this planet, to expose some of this stuff. This is why I am still alive when I shouldn't be, when I've beat all odds. And by God, this thing's going to be fixed too. Because it's pure torture and it's pure hell. I can tell you one thing, my dad wouldn't be able to handle a week of my life, nor would any of these doctors. Now, you guys try to deal with 6+ years of shingles on your head you're left with. I am so sure, how can you guys wake up in the morning and look yourself in the mirror and live with yourself and call yourself a person that helps people? You didn't even investigate something that took out my son's life on an operating table in Helsinki, Finland. How dare you? I'm glad to hear all these pharmaceutical ads, although I don't consent to any of them. I'm glad to hear them so frequently. I guess maybe that means that more and more people are seeing through your BS, and maybe we'll have actual healers. We'll actually treat the root causes of illness and actually give people their lives back and actually not leave people in complete torture and not actually spin alive from day to day while they get a huge paycheck from taxpayers to do so. It is not okay, and it stops. And it's stopping with the people that cloned my phone and have been hacking me being discovered. So anyways, I hope that if that's a lead, that is true. I hope it helps. I hope these freaks are found. I hope it's all connected, and I hope that they're all put away. They can all go have their little seances together in prison. Have fun with that. We are protected, and we're going to be even more protected when you freaks are either put in a FEMA camp where you belong or dropped in an ocean in a shipping container where you belong. You've done enough to torture enough innocent people's lives. You've done enough to destroy enough innocent people's lives. Your day is done. You're done. You're over. I hope you're all found guilty, and I am not going to be the victim of any other setups. Every setup that is attempted against me is going to backfire. Everyone that sets a trap, you're going to fall into your trap. You're going to trip over your own snare. You're going to get caught up in your own trap. You're going to fall into your own pitfalls. You're pathetic. Why don't you try doing something good for the future? Why don't you try like uplifting and helping humanity, building a better tomorrow, instead of trying to protect the lives of hitmen and zombies, trying to take out the normal humans. Your junk isn't gonna fly, not this time around. You rolled it out too early, it's glitchy, and you're all being exposed for your extreme crimes, and people are gonna be shocked when they see your mugshots on the news. Great pretenders, you wolves in sheep's clothing, all of you, be fully exposed. Be fully found out for your hideous and heinous crimes, and may that be your legacy. What you've done in the secret and in the dark, and what you've done to destroy innocent people's lives and torture children and women, may that be the legacy that you are remembered by. You will leave me alone. You will leave my electronics alone. Everything that's been done against me that I didn't deserve, the defamation of character, the medical neglect, the medical defamation, all of it, I will be recompensed for, because I never deserved any of it, nor do any others that are going through these situations. The stuff will be made right on this full moon in Virgo, says the mother. It's done. You're done. You're fully exposed. May they be found. May all of their electronic warfare be discovered. May all their tracer tracker burner phones be found. May it all be traced. May it all be downloaded. May all of the proof be heard against these freaks that premeditate murder consistently and over and over and over and over it again, and they do it because they're greedy. May this system end now.